Hi! I hope everyone's had a good week so far. Been staying cool because it's very hot. Um, I'm gonna scooch you guys over a little bit. Give me 1 second. Oh shit, I dropped a bunch of stuff. My bad. I'm back. Anyway, how's everyone been? I hope everyone's had a good week. I think I have kept you guys waiting long enough, so grab your story keeper's cup, grab a blanket, grab a stuffy if you have one, and snuggle up because it's story time. Oh. Hang on, I'm thinking. Anyway, Willa, the touch on my arm tore me out of my vision. I realized I was on the floor in the hallway and Reed was standing over me. Ooh, my allergies are acting up. What happened? He asked, frowning. I kept calling your name, but you looked so dazed. I fell, I said, wincing as I stood up. Judging by my aching tailbone, it must have been a pretty hard landing. Reed insisted on helping me to the kitchen and getting me a glass of water. I thanked him, but I was too distracted and upset to make conversation. All I could think was the granite hard truth. Jonathan is an offer. My stepfather is the Hollywood offer. I hate how YouTube is so sensitive sometimes. I really do. I had this horrible feeling that I was being watched and forced myself to turn around. Then I looked out the window. I almost fell over. The pool was filled with brilliant red liquid swirling so dark and thick that you couldn't see past the surface. And I will be right back because I have to sneeze. Oh. Okay. Hi, Dusty Baby. Okay. Back to the story. Where was I? Hopefully you guys can see me okay. I balled up my fists, thinking it's not real. The pool isn't full of blood. It was Paige sending another sign. Of course she'd be sending the warnings... Sorry. The warnings fast and furious. Now that I knew her offer lived in the house with me. Willa, are you sure you're okay? The voice snapped me out of my reverie. Some weird words in this book. And I turned to see Reed standing a few feet away, watching me with concern. I didn't mean to come in the house without knocking. He spoke carefully, self-consciously. But you didn't answer the door, and the alarm wasn't set. It seems like something's wrong. No, I said though my voice sounded like it had been run through a cheese grater. I'm fine. Sorry, I'm watching the cat, making sure he doesn't get into anything. I glanced back at the pool water. Actually, that has been a lifelong dream of mine, to be honest. I don't really see myself achieving it, but it would be cool if I did. Where was I? Now it was perfect, pale water. Reed spoke again, but I didn't quite hear his words. What? I said. Sorry I'm late. I'm a little out of it. Sorry, I'm fighting off my allergies right now. I love these cats so much, but I'm so allergic to them. I'll be right back. Hi, Dustin. Okay, I'm back. I am sorry. Today is not on my side. I said I won't keep you, but now I'm wondering if I should stay for a little while. Do you think you might have a concussion? I'm fine, I said blankly. I'm sure you are. He shot me a smile and took Jonathan's laptop off the kitchen counter. Any big plans for your parent-free weekend? I glanced at him without smiling. I didn't feel like pretending to be normal or okay. No, I said, not really. I'll just go then. Seems like you want to be alone. Reed's cheerful expression faltered, and he headed for the door. Dusty, I can hear you, sir. Oh my god. I guess he's just gonna ignore Mom. I started up the stairs, but as I approached the second floor, I became aware of a static quality in the light behind me. When I glanced down, Reed was looking up at me from the doorway, biting his lip. This is gonna sound odd, but were you by any chance looking at some of Jonathan's files? What? I asked. Balancing the laptop on his left forearm, Reed turned it toward me. The development notes folder was still open. Oh, yeah, I said. I didn't realize right away that it wasn't my computer. I clicked on the files without really looking. He glanced at the screen. Oh, okay then. I went back to the foyer, but I found something kind of strange. His eyes cut sharply up. Oh, sorry, my ears just popped. Oh, that hurt. His eyes cut sharply up to meet mine. How do you mean? I had to tell him, even if he wouldn't believe me. Brianna Logan, I said. She was the Hollywood offer's first victim. And the agency name the police found in the calendar was Scales. Do you remember reading that in the news? Possibly. He blinked. I'm not sure. What are you trying to say? Nothing really, just that I found this chart. He leaned back against the doorframe, looking up at me with concern in his eyes. I do know that Jonathan has been working with his agent to try and get the film rights For the story, I mean, so is everyone else in town. But that's what you found, I'm sure. Oh, at least now I'm awake.
Hi, Dusty baby. Hi.
Okay, I guess he's just gonna ignore me. I nodded. Reed didn't seem willing to let it go. He wasn't even here when the last girl disappeared. He was in Connecticut. Suddenly he frowned. Although he came back for one day, he said, at the beginning of the week, but I'm sure there's no connection. Except he didn't sound sure. He sounded distinctly unsure. And he was acting really unhappy and flustered all of a sudden. Reed, I said. He shook his head. Listen, it's nothing. I'll figure it out, okay? I mean, it has to be nothing. Hi, welcome in. I nodded. Looking at me, Reed visibly relaxed, even cracked a smile. What are you even talking about? This is crazy. Jonathan can be a... I better get going. I'll talk to you next week, okay? He shut the door and walked to the bottom step and sank down. Or he shut the door and I walked to the bottom step. Sorry, I skipped a word. And sank down, my head in my hands. Who just accuses their stepfather of offings without even asking him about it? Crazy person, that's who. I sat. Sorry, someone's texting me. Hi, welcome in. Oh. Well, I love that you like the Raindrop universe. Even though it's very chaotic, but I'm glad you like it. Anyway, back to the story. Sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second. I sat like that for probably 15 minutes, utterly at a loss as to what I should do or even think. Forget the computer file. Forget the ghost. Did I really believe my mother had fallen in love with a serial offer? Some vague sense of justification or dissatisfaction. Sorry, the shadow made it look like a different word. Of an unanswered question lingered at the back of my mind. Finally, I stood up and padded slowly to my bedroom. I was tempted to crawl back under my covers right then and there. Even though it was the middle of the day, I was worn out from the morning, the week, the month, my life. I was tired. Then I heard a sound from downstairs. And that, my beautiful, beautiful raindrops at the end of chapter 31. That was a short one. Okay. Seeing as it is getting close to the weekend, I do get very busy over the weekend, so I will not be live until Monday. But I promise that I will come back to you Monday. Please do tell me your thoughts and theories in the comments. I'm always in those comments, and I love hearing your thoughts and theories. But till then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my beautiful raindrops. Stay spooky, stay weird, stay dreaming, and don't let the Mave Cats bite.